Welcome back, all you sibling people, to another Tuesday night chat. This is Sister Show Me How, a podcast, a place where we help you talk through all the real rough shit. I'm Resilient Rick, host of Sister Show Me How, and your how-to sister.
I'm Vivacious Vic, co-host of Sister Show Me How, and your other how-to sister.
I'm Conscious Cat, co-host of Sister Show Me How, and your other how-to sister.
Okay, ladies, here is my question of the day. Do you think humanity is doing right by the earth? If not, why? So how?
Excellent question. Excellent question.
No.
No.
Point blank. Period.
Yeah. No.
But we can go into that more.
I think I agree with you guys on your resounding no. That we are not doing well by the earth, but I think that is mostly because we're not really doing well by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard to learn how to take care of others outside of yourself on an external level when you can't maintain that on an internal level. And so I think that it's important for us to draw from nature lessons that will help us to take care better of ourselves so that we can in turn take better care of our communities and our environments.
I'm really excited to talk about this because I think absolutely it starts with just you. You know, I mean, I think that's what makes it so powerful is that it is so much like we can look at it at this huge level, but we can also break it down for ourselves. You know, like it can be like I can be a good steward in and of myself, right? And that builds a lot of confidence.
It does.
Like it makes you feel better about what you're contributing, what you're consuming, like when you are informed, when you know, are doing the things that like, I don't know, it's wild to me to not care about the state of the place that you live.
Yes.
Whether it'll still be here in 100 years, right? And not like, haha, will it be here in 100 years? Like, it could very easily not, you know? And it's just, I'm sure every generation has felt like this at some point, right? Because there's always been activists in every generation that's like, we have to be conscious of the earth and what we're doing to it.
Right.
But it just feels so much closer to the end than like it has in the past that it's like, no, like we really need to do something like soon.
I agree. I think the climate crisis is what has made our generation extra special. We have a little sprinkle of sauce there because we have a deadline now. We grew up knowing that if we did not get our act together and clean up our environment before 2030, that we would have irreversible damage. And I think that that is something that a lot of previous generations did not have that set in stone exactly too. So, but maybe that's what we need, and maybe that's what is pushing our collective conscious into giving a fuck finally about what the universe will look like in 100 years, even though we will not see it. So today we are talking about how to be good stewards of the earth and how the animal kingdom can teach us a thing or two about how to do just that thing. So what does it mean to be a good steward of the earth? How is the animal kingdom already doing this? And how can we incorporate our own good stewardliness? Let's talk about it.
Let's chat. Let's figure it out.
Let's just solve the world's
Why
problems.
not? The Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Let's just casually turn up on a Tuesday. order to properly turn up on a Tuesday, I feel like we need all of our definitions in place. So I feel like steward is kind of like a weird word, right? It's not something I normally come across. So I did look up the definition for us, and as per the Oxford Dictionary, it is a noun. And it means the job of supervising or taking care of something, such as an organization or property, the careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care. That second part is the thing I think that we need to focus on most. I think that that is the most important part. Careful and responsible management of something entrusted to one's care.
Especially because we entrusted ourselves, right? The earth was here. And then we got here. And we said, we're going to take that on. That's going to be ours now.
Right.
We created it. Seems like we keep coming back to this. That humans
created our own prisons.
Yeah.
We did indeed. I will disagree, though. I think that every living being is entrusted with the job of being a steward of the earth. We are just the only ones very cognizant of it and also doing the worst job at it. So it's like we're the only ones who know we have a job to go to and are adamantly refusing to do said job. Everyone else is just like, what job? This is just what I do. This is just my life. And we are very behind.
Very removed.
Yes,
from
indeed.
What our impact is on the earth.
Indeed. So I have broken this up into 4 lessons that I think are very important for us to learn from the animal kingdom. The first one is to give more than you take. Some examples of these are our decomposition babes. These are my favorite. I am such a worm weirdo. I love my little red wigglers. I think they're the cutest little fat, slimy, gross things. I even tolerate a compost in my kitchen for them. I don't know why you're laughing. I'm very serious.
No, I know you are. I saw
better
it.
for it. Yeah.
Said I saw it. I was grossed out by it.
I took one for the team and I looked at it for her.
Yeah, I wouldn't even look at it. I sit on the other side.
Yeah. When she gets rats, I'll be right here cheering her on in another room.
Rats, not rats like in my home.
Not in her
this
home.
is not a Newark subway.
When the rats inevitably infest this home, I'm on the sides of the rats.
I hope they take the worms.
I hope they take. I hope the worms ride them off into victory. I'm for the downfall of humanity.
Go, rats, go.
Hey, might as well.
Rise of the rats. God.
Listen, all I gotta say, if there were rats in my home, they would be well fed because I have so much squirrel food and I have gerbil food.
You have a 30-pound bag of peanuts sitting behind you.
Shh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are for personal use.
You're like, what's that have to do with squirrel food?
No one eats those.
What are you talking about?
You just sprinkle them on the ground like you're at Texas Roadhouse.
I just do it for the vibe.
Speaking of red wigglers.
Oh, right. Okay, so, right, Vic, coming back to our decomp babes. Decomposers like fungi, bacteria, and insects, like my worms, star of the show here, break down dead organisms and organic matter, recycling nutrients back into the soil. This process enriches the soil, allowing plants to grow better and bigger and support a thriving ecosystem. Oh, and look, red wigglers are on here.
That's crazy.
It's crazy that they made the list. I wasn't even thinking about red wigglers as a decomp babe. That's crazy. So red wigglers help reduce waste in landfills by recycling organic material. Their composting activity, their poop, they eat it all and they poop it back out. That's their composting activity.
Someone's gotta.
Not only reduces the amount of waste, but also decreases methane emissions from landfills, contributing to a healthier environment. So I told you they were important.
Very.
Yes.
Also, mycorrhizal fungi form partnership with plant roots. The fungi help plants absorb nutrients from the soil while plants provide fungi with carbohydrates. So they kind of feed each other, which I think is really fun. Not all fungi do these. It's very specific. They are the mycorrhizal fungi. Another species that gives a perfect example of giving more than you take are trees. The tree canopies provide shelter and habitat for countless amounts of species. They also produce oxygen, which we needed to breathe. I'm not sure if you knew that. I just found out. Radical. They help improve air quality and help regulate temperatures. In return, help regulate temperatures. Crazy how that happens. In return, the organisms living and around the tree contribute to their health and reproduction, such as through seed dispersal or by breaking down fallen leaves into nutrients. These natural systems, like forests and wetlands, play a crucial role in the water cycle. They help regulate and purify water by absorbing excess nutrients and pollutants. In return, these systems help sustain the broader environment, benefiting all organisms. You, sir, are an organism. You are benefiting from this system. All that rely on clean water sources. So if you need water, you rely on trees. And on the behalf of a tree near you, you are welcome. Okay. The next lesson the animal kingdom so graciously teaches us is to take care of your neighbors. They do so by teaching us things like cooperative breeding. There are specific species of animals in which they have individuals who are non-breeders. So some, particularly the alphas and betas, will be the reproducers of the pack, and the rest of the fully grown adult animals will take care of the newborns without reproducing on their own. Kind of like animal adoption. It is a real thing that happens. So for those of you who keep trying to force parenting on all of us, we're just non-breeders. We're trying to help take care of your runts, okay? So don't shame us for making things better. Right?
Yeah,
that
don't
was a
shame
great way to
us.
spin that, right?
Absolutely.
Leave my uterus out of this, essentially.
We're talking about her.
I'm a cooperative breeder.
Oh my god.
Some great examples of actual animals who do this. Let me come with my receipts. African wild dogs, the Florida scrub jay, mole rats, and some species of hyena, just to name a few. Another great way they show us to take care of our neighbors is through altruistic behavior. Altruistic behavior is behavior that benefits another individual, sometimes at the risk of the individual who is doing the altruistic behavior. So essentially, I'm feeding you even though I may not have food for myself. Bees are really great example of this. Female worker bees will work together to untangle another bee from a spider web if that first bee gets stuck, regardless of whether or not that bee is from an alternate colony. This behavior indicates a willingness to support others in need, even at a potential cost to themselves. Oh, see, there was the definition right in there. I love when that happens. Just a happy little knot. Another group, meerkats. In their groups, individual meerkats will take turns acting as sentinels to watch for predators while the others forage or care for the young. The sentinel's role involves risking their own safety to benefit the entire group, reflecting a selfless contribution to the group's survival, which is just amazing. I wouldn't even stand guard for... Go, you watch yourself pee. I'm not watching your bag. Another thing that I thought was amazing, I just found out that ants will actually perform amputations. If they notice that another individual is injured, they have a leg that is just like not working from one knot down, they will help and amputate that. And
Ants are wild.
oh God, we could learn so much from ants.
Ants, I love ants. I love to learn about ants. They're wild.
What's your favorite fun fact about ants?
My favorite fact about ants is I don't have the exact like distance that they can do this, but if there's like a large colony that needs to get across a body of water, they will link arms and legs and create like a netting. And so they'll start here, right? And then all of these ants will go, get to the next point, start making the net. So the others run across it. And they can do that for, I'm going to say, miles. I don't know.
I'm going to say forever.
How many miles? Or if you're not in the States, I believe that it is some distance. A metric distance, perhaps. Which one? I don't know, because I'm an American.
Some unit of measurement somewhere.
It doesn't matter. I'm in America. Like, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's crazy. They will work, and they just are born knowing this. It's all instinctual.
That's
It's
amazing.
insane. Ants are amazing.
Imagine if that was the kind of generational trauma we were passing down to our kids. You need to know how to cooperate with your peers
Mhm.
so that if you get flooded out, you will survive and so will they.
Damn, Rick.
So, anyways.
So, along with like the altruistic behavior, one of my favorite things that kind of like grounds me and reminds me that we're all just here together. Every species is just here doing its thing. And that we as humans have like removed ourselves, from all other living things. But almost all mammals mourn and grieve and have names for each other.
What?
Yeah. Another plug here. Stuff you should know. Another podcast, a rival podcast.
Yeah, no rivals as of this one
Rival
moment. We
right
just
now.
declared it.
Yeah, they're our rival.
We still love you, but
You have a lot of good info. But there's an episode about whales and the way they communicate, and they have what we would basically call like nouns for niece, nephew, aunt, things. They have communication with each other so when I see you, and I haven't seen you in 20 years in this giant ocean, I can see you and I say, oh, that's my aunt. That's whoever it is. And they have a specific,
familiar
titles for each other.
Wow.
So, and another, with whales, they are so emotionally intelligent. Mother whales who lose one of their babies will carry it on its back until that body decomposes because it is a grief procession. So something that I just think about, like when, we're like, be good to your neighbors, be, thinking about these things. We're not, every species is taking care of its neighbors. Every species is mourning its neighbors, mourning its community. And we have seemed to like distance ourselves from that. Everyone does it. We're supposed to do it.
Can you imagine what a gross visual representation of grief that symbolizes? Like, can you imagine you have a literal decomposing body riding around on your back? The grief that you must be feeling to just be okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, let's not play. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it becomes significant because you are tolerating something so disgusting in order to just be able to process your grief. And it's not like that's unique, unfortunately, for the whale. Yeah. But we all grieve to the same depth. We all feel the same horrific, gut-wrenching feeling when we grieve. But none of us are processing it the way that whale is. None of us are holding that corpse on our back and allowing it to decompose and let go. It's a whole process of feeling it and letting it go. And that's like a metamorphosis cycle in my head.
I mean, it completely changed a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm by no means like a person who thinks that animals don't have feelings, but when you like that representation, when you can picture that,
right.
I mean, you see videos of, like dogs, right? And one will have been hit by a car and the other will stay with it. And it's primal. It's in us. It's crazy.
It very much is. And we are not unique in the fact that we have feelings. I think there was a time when humanity thought that was what made us different and separate. But it is not. That is what unifies us to every single thing. Even this plant right here, if I don't water it and feed it, it's going to feel hunger. And shockingly enough, they talk. So it will cry. It will communicate that grief and that despair in a vocal way. So we're not unique in the fact that also everything suffers. And also, on the flip side, things feel joy, and hyenas laugh and dolphins laugh and weird stuff. You know what I mean? So like we laugh, which is weird too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Specifically, some of the people on this podcast who have a really weird laugh. We're all like, she's talking about you.
Hey, she's talking about you guys.
I think she's talking.
Like,
Earlier when you went to the bathroom, she
actually
Earlier when
texting her
she
at
went
the
to the
same time.
bathroom. And I was recording it.
We'll play it back right now.
The tapes.
The tapes. Bring receipts. Bring receipts. That's going to end up being my motto by the end of this season.
The
Show the receipts.
Bring the receipts.
With the paper flapping in the background.
Yeah.
I hope that's not annoying for those who are just listening to us and not seeing it.
Hey.
What the fuck's that noise? These psycho motherfuckers, they just keep making noises in the mics. It's not even talking.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're so glad you're here. And what a great way to represent our next lesson from the animal kingdom is that it's all about balance, baby. Sometimes we bring you facts, sometimes we bring you weird ass fucking noises. Deal with it. We learned it from the animal kingdom. So a great way that the animal kingdom shows us that things need balance and that there is always a time and place for that is through self-regulation and population control. Some of you are not going to like this. However, again, with those of us who don't like to breed and don't like to
Yeah.
just be
Yeah, that.
some of us, she's like, not me, could never be me.
Could never be me.
But
Like-
we're doing you a service. We are your population control, so you're fucking welcome.
If they didn't do that, then what would I be doing? Having a kid?
I mean, there would be chaos.
Like what?
There would be no food.
Yeah.
There would be, I mean,
They're doing
Yeah.
me a favor so I can feed my child.
yeah.
So back off.
Yeah, I don't
It
know how
worked.
that math worked, but it worked in our favor, so I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Girl math.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
2 people with no children equals 1 person with 1 child.
Yeah.
Fed.
Ed.
Then
Wow.
she's doing great.
Girl math is
Girl
fantastic.
math.
This is phenomenal. So the best and biggest example of this population control is the predator-prey dynamics that help to maintain biodiversity. For example, the reintroduction of wolves into the Yellowstone National Park in 1995, for those of us old fucks who remember the last century, led into a significant ecological shift, improving the health of vegetation and increasing the biodiversity in the area. So that what that equates to in layman's terms means that they reintroduced the wolves, and that controlled the rabbit population who were completely decimating the vegetation. So then whenever the wolves came in and started eating the rabbits, then there were less rabbits to eat the vegetation, which meant there was more vegetation to go around, and then there were more rabbits.
Crazy how that works.
Crazy how that works. And then there was balance, and then everyone was happy again and doing drugs in the corner. The good kind of drugs.
I mean, what?
Huh?
What?
That's not what I said. Hi, Mom. Another way that the animal kingdom shows us to balance our plate is through mutualism and symbiotic interspecies relationships. Some examples of those are pollinators. While collecting pollen to feed themselves, many animals such as bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds help to pollinate flowers by transferring pollen from one flower to another, enabling reproduction of these flowers. That's a cycle that makes more food for them in the long run. Also, cleaner fish. By removing parasites from larger fish, cleaner fish are able to feed themselves while aiding in keeping larger host fish clean. Host fish.
Oh.
The host fish. uh, aiding in keeping larger host fish clean and healthy. So it's like they clean their plates and then their plates get full and then they eat it and then they clean their plate again.
Like the worms.
Like,
Everything goes back to the red wigglers.
it always comes back to the worms.
Always comes back.
Red wigglers
That
for
long
life.
red line. That's just a
Adorable.
red wiggler.
That's just a red wiggler.
That's all that is.
Another great lesson that the animal kingdom teaches us is that simple is best. The original designer, nature, as many natural shapes and patterns, such as the spiral of the nautilus shell or the branching of trees, all are based on simple geometric principles. These shapes are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also highly efficient in terms of resource distribution and structural integrity. So there's a big thing called biophilic design. It's incorporated in the architectural world, and they incorporate a lot of these things. The nautilus design, the structure of leaves, bird wings, stuff like that, to incorporate into the built environment to make it more efficient, more lively, more healthy for the user. It's amazing stuff. And it's all based on the simple geometric designs that nature provides us herself, just like literally written on the chalkboard. And we're like, I can't see. Put on your fucking glasses. Pay
Maybe we
attention.
could do it better.
Maybe we could do it
Maybe
better.
we could do it better.
Maybe we could like have a symbiotic relationship with nature and like
Learn
thrive.
and nah.
Nah. Why would we do that? Sounds too easy. Let's just keep making fucking note cards about it. Another example of this lies within the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci numbers can be found in nature, such as the family tree of drones, in the helical patterns of leaves on a tree branch, and in the spirals of storm systems like hurricanes and tornadoes. It is an incredibly simple and insanely effective. Okay, so now that we have done the research, it is time to get personal. How have you lost touch with your inner nature, and how are we bringing that shit back?
Yikes.
Yoicks is
Yeah.
right. That's quite a package to unpack there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this question. I think the change in climate has made it so hard, especially in a state like Oklahoma, to be bearable to go out and do things in certain months of the year. Oklahoma is not, in many parts, a walkable place. It's not, the summers are sweltering and the winters are freezing. And there's not a lot of good months throughout the year that we really get to enjoy being outside. And, if you live in a city, like you maybe have to drive like 10 or 15 minutes to a park, right? Find parking. And then like, I'm not even going to get into all of like being there as a woman. And so you only have a certain like few hours a day that you could actually go do it and whatever. But I feel like that's been something that as the years have gone on and it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, that it's like, I can't keep up with doing these things outside. I can't keep up with like my gardening or things like that because the sun is just like beating down and there's no reprieve for months.
Right.
And I've definitely allowed that to separate me and my relationship with Earth.
That's fair. And I think our tendency to seek comfort will always be the thing that disconnects us the most from what we need to be doing. And in this case, connecting with nature.
That's absolutely so right. I love the way you feel.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm good with my words.
I have noticed that whenever I don't go outside at least once a day, I get a little depressy. Like I have to be outside for at least an hour or two. Like I'll either just sit in my garage or sit on like my front porch. But like if I don't go outside, I feel like a caged animal. I literally feel like I'm losing my mind if I don't get some fresh air.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are like not taking advantage of just like going outside. Because a lot of times like you work from home, like, or you're working in a space where it's fluorescent lights. I can try to combine fluorescent and LED, but like I don't know. I feel like everything revolves around being at work and being inside somewhere. And so it's like you're just going to be drained all the freaking time if you don't.
Yeah, someone would classify you as like outdoorsy because you spend at least an hour outside.
That's crazy.
When in actuality, that is the bare minimum.
Bare
minimum. And I think because I'm like you, I do not like to be physically, I don't like to be hot. I don't like to be cold. So I have brought my outdoors indoors. I have well over 200 plants on the inside of my house. But I do have a covered patio and I do like a little baby greenhouse. So maybe there is some way to compromise to where we're not making ourselves physically uncomfortable. We are still doing the thing that needs to be done.
Absolutely. And you
After
do have
all,
a
it is about
extensive plant collection.
I don't like the way you looked at the camera when you said that.
What? What? Did you take that the wrong way?
No, I didn't.
Extensive.
Beautiful, stunning,
It's
wonderful.
incredible. It really is.
Inspiration,
Please.
actually. Quite literally an inspiration.
I can't take credit for that one. I just bought him like 4 months ago, so he was doing that well when I just got him. But I felt like
He's still doing amazing.
He's
though.
still doing great.
He could be dead.
Well, that's true. He's not though. Oh, dang. Okay, I will. If you're gonna shove it down
That
my
was
throat
you.
like that, I
Mother
definitely
Nature.
will. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All right.
Things are getting hot in here. Hopefully I don't get smited for that. I love it. It was blasphemous, but I loved it. It was blasphemous, but I loved it.
I would be jailed 1,000 years ago.
Cut off her tongue.
You guys can see me in the village square tomorrow when I'm
For my hanging?
publicly executed.
For my stoning.
Hope to see you guys there.
Me zoning out and then zoning back in and hearing that. I was like reading them. I was like, hold on.
Bonus prize to whoever finds the piece of my tongue.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Okay, can we touch on the fact that everything that goes wrong in nature is more than likely humanity's fault?
Oh, absolutely. We could touch
Like
on
I had
that.
done some research on how like most of the wildfires that are started,
Only you can stop wildfires.
85% of them are from humans.
Shocker.
Like, and there's been so many lately.
I know.
Like that's
Really bad
insane.
ones.
Just
Yeah.
destroying
It's all those
nature.
goddamn gender reveal parties. Just
That you and I are not guilty of.
Don't
We're
worry.
not guilty of.
I didn't have one. Don't worry. I just wanted to know.
She said, I cut cake, I swear.
All I did was cut cake.
I didn't even have to do that. I didn't even waste food.
What'd you do?
Wow.
What'd
I
you
was on the bed and I turned around. Said, "That is a vagina." And I said,
You said, wait, not mine, right?
"Yeah." I'm like, "Oh,
You're like, yeah.
I know.
okay."
How do you think she got there? Now,
Hey.
what's the baby?
Come on, let's go. But yeah,
That's hilarious. Well, good for you. You didn't start a fire.
I didn't start the fire.
It was already burning.
How much money did that one couple have to pay?
A lot.
It was like millions of dollars.
a lot. Was
Don't
the blue and pink worth it?
Nor.
Nar.
Nor.
Surely not, right? Maybe they'll have their baby pay it back.
Oh. Hey,
The baby was born with a lot of debt.
might as well just pass it on to the next generation. Hey,
Those are generational traumas, right?
Absolutely.
that's what it's for.
I mean, I think that similar to what you brought up in, I think, our first episode was the fast fashion.
Oh my
right?
gosh, yeah.
There was an art gallery, or I don't remember where it was. I can give you the info and stuff, but it basically would be a stuffed animal, right? A teddy bear or a children's blanket or something, and it would be frozen in ice, but it was the exact amount of water that was used to make that product.
Wow.
And it was crazy. I mean, a stuffed animal, you know, it's this big and it's got a 10-foot by 10-foot brick of ice around it.
You see, now that's interesting because I think that is something that a lot of people do not think about is the amount of waste that goes into making their products and the amount of water that is used to make random fucking things that you would never think of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why would you think?
But it's not because water is used at like, okay, for a teddy bear, if we're going to go ahead with that. It's not that there is a water-filled teddy bear. You know what I mean? Like, no one's probably done that since the 80s when waterbeds were popular. However, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it probably isn't popular anymore. But it's about how much water it takes to run the machines that are making this thing, to have the oil, to import that. It's just the amount of waste that goes into it. That's wild.
It's crazy. And, you know, you think about that with clothing, especially because they do wash those garments so many times. They do, you know, all of these different.
That too.
Like, yeah. So it's like it's never ending and it's crazy.
Yeah. A way that I've tried to reduce a little bit is I do these swap meets where you like go through all the clothes that you don't wear anymore, or like you just haven't worn in a couple of months, and it's like, okay, I don't really want to do this. You take it, and these girls or these women will sort through it, and you'll just give them $20 and you go back in, and then you just bring whatever size bag you want and fill it up. So that's just like kind of like recycle, and then they donate to a women's shelter afterwards.
Oh.
That's awesome.
So it's like we're not really wasting any clothes. It's just like going in a cycle of just giving it to everyone.
That's really cool.
That's really awesome. I remember you telling me that you were going to one a while back, and I thought it was really interesting. I love the way that people are getting creative about how to fix these problems. Because you're right, it is becoming more apparent that fast fashion is really starting to harm the environment. And the clothes are just, they're so not even worth it.
They fall apart after one wash.
They do. So we're wasting all this effort and all this energy on shit that doesn't even take us back. This is the only time I will ever say this. We need to go back in time to when the people who were manufacturing our shit gave a fuck that our shit lasted. When people cared that people were complaining that their shit was breaking. When we had repairmen who were actually coming around and fixing our vacuum cleaners. Because I tell you what, I do not need to buy 3 vacuum cleaners in 5 years just because I don't know how to clean the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I just need a vacuum repairman to come clean the fucking thing for me, okay? It's not that hard. And if we make things that are quality, it's the budget. It's always the bottom line. It is always because we are so fixated on making more money that we think if someone has something that will last them 10 years, well, they won't buy another one for another 10 years and we will go bankrupt. I can promise you if someone has something that lasts them 10 years, they are telling their grandmama, they are telling their nana, they are telling their Auntie Jean, and they are telling Uncle Jim Bob about it. And every single one of them are also getting one. So I promise you, profit is not going to be a problem for you. Just build things that last.
Greed. Literally.
It's always just greed.
Yeah.
I mean, the thought of like, what furniture do you have that you'll pass on to your children, right? Versus,
I wouldn't pass anything down.
right. You're like,
There's
I
nothing-
bought this, you know, at
Freaking
the dollar
IKEA.
store.
Yeah.
like some big box home furnishing place. And then it's like, okay, that's made out of plywood. And like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's the quality's completely, diminished. It's gone. And it absolutely all just goes back to that there are 4 companies in the world that rule, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think factually it's like 6, but yes.
close.
Yeah, very close for a hyperbole.
It's, I mean, that's
Too
insane.
uncomfortably close for a
Right.
hyperbole. And to piggyback off of that, I think that something that is also extremely lacking, not only quality and structure, but character. Our furniture lacks much like our people. Our furniture lacks character now. Everyone is just a plain normal Bob box, and it's weird and it's boring and it's very demure,
But not very mindful.
but not very
But not very mindful.
Why didn't I just continue and say it at the same time?
We share a brain.
We do.
Is the fun thing about
That's why you guys are on
The
that
two
couch
of us
together.
here make one really solid brain.
One
you guys.
coherent thought between the two of us.
We got it.
We got it. We're literally just girls who have thoughts and ideas.
Thoughts and ideas and very
Thoughts and
mindful and very
ideas.
demure.
And that's what you're here for. You're welcome.
The 2 brain cells going between the 2 of us. Boop. Boop. Boop.
It's like that ping pong game that
Yeah, that's
they
us.
train,
Yeah,
literally train monkeys on.
Yeah.
It's like boop, boop.
Got it.
Yeah.
Do you want to use the brain next?
Probably.
Okay, you got it.
She's like, actually, I think I have a line next. I should probably keep it.
I have a line, so I need the brain. God.
I think you guys, on a more like holistic level, I think that society, specifically Western society, because I can't speak on any other society. I live in America. I live in Oklahoma, America. So I can only speak on a Western society. But I feel like it has a very specific goal of removing humanity from the rest of nature. And they do that by giving us goals. Get an education, get a wife, husband, spouse, pop out a few babies from your butthole, get a job you hate, get a car you can never pay for, drown in student loan debts. But the one goal they never give us is do what makes you happy. Do what gives you purpose. Find something that sets your soul on fire and follow that like a fucking shooting star in the sky. Just attach your rope and go with it. I mean, we're in Oklahoma. The one thing we should know how to do is lasso our dreams and ride like a fucking bull around the stadium, right?
And that's why she's our next governor. That's why she's the next governor of Oklahoma.
Well,
no, that was good.
We might want to dream a little bit bigger than that. But
and that's why she's going to be on the city council meeting 3 months from now. You better watch out.
You better watch out.
All
Okay.
your parent-teacher conferences,
That's right.
baby.
That's right. She's coming.
You ban books, you have no idea what I'm coming for. Sidebar. I desperately want to be Margaret, oh crap, what's her last name? Atwood? The woman who wrote Handmaid's Tale.
Margaret Atwood.
Oh, goddamn, memory, you are so good. I SpongeBob pulled that shit out of a file from somewhere back.
It's back.
A little like Raven Simone vision. Okay, guys.
Margaret Atwood.
She's in the room.
Yeah,
she's
she's
still
here.
alive, actually. Let's
Yeah.
She's
Like, can I go back to my body, please?
Yeah.
That I was reading, actually.
And now I'm occupying a podcast in
All
Oklahoma.
right, guys.
Like not.
Regardless, I want to be her. I want to make a burn-proof book that is so controversial. People want to burn it.
And I can't wait.
Just life goals, bucket list. Okay, so these goals that they keep giving us are just an ever-present carrot on a never-ending treadmill to literally nothing. And because of these goals, we become hyper-fixated on climbing the ladder and getting there as quickly as possible, which leaves literally no room for large-scale community growth. I feel like this broken-ass system ultimately just leaves us all feeling disconnected, apathetic, and lonely as fuck.
Burnout is real.
And we will cover that, so stay tuned. Absolutely, we will cover that. That is a big, big deal right now. And you're right, that is the consequence of all of this disconnection, is that we start to feel burnt out because we're lit from both ends of the candle.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Consistently working in a fight or flight, because that's what it is. I mean, when you're going to work and you're going to be there for 10 hours, right? And your taxation is theft. You're going to be taxed out the ass. And then
4 times.
Yeah, I mean,
minimum.
It's insane. So you can do these little calculations later. These little math problems.
Warning though, you'll get mad.
I don't want to.
It sucks.
You get mad.
And then you'll go to jail if you did the math wrong. So it's an insane process.
The only math quiz where you could go to jail.
Where you can legitimately go to jail.
Like, hey, can you guess it? Wrong.
Jail. Straight to jail.
Do not pass go.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a crazy concept. And yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, the the end result is burnout. It's people who don't enjoy their lives, who, I mean, the consequences are endless.
Yeah.
For this type of structure that we put in place and have deemed so much more advanced than all these other species. I'm sorry, these other species have been around a lot longer than us.
They seem a lot happier. I don't know
And
about
they're
you.
doing great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's deeply upsetting.
It is. I have said previously that I would take the lifespan of a fly if it meant that I got to spend the entire 2 days just blissfully happy. Just doing whatever the fuck, just like tits out on the patio, in the sun,
Pooping on food,
pooping, fucking,
Pooping,
eating,
pooping, shaking my hands,
yeah, mischievously
getting
laughing.
an idea,
What's
Getting
next?
an idea.
getting an idea, buzzing around.
Absolutely. And I think that while it's not an end-all be-all situation, because I don't think that this is something that you can ever just slap a band-aid on and the problem's gone, right? Because there are deeply rooted issues that need to be fixed. And I do think that this brings us back to the biophilic design because it does have a lot of great physical health benefits, and it helps to allow us to reconnect with nature. There are, I think, 5 different aspects of biophilic design that include like what is necessary to make something a biophilic design. It includes like airflow. And again, I have not been in college for a couple years now, so don't quote me on this. However, there are different aspects that are required in a building for it to be biophilic design. And it's like some sort of moving water, airflow, some sort of access to sunlight. Obviously, that one's one of the bigger important ones. And then some sort of topiary green something. And I feel like there's a lot of science, but I don't feel like there's a lot of science. There is a lot of science. I feel like I have my own facts here.
I feel like there's science about it too.
I feel like
You guys can figure that out on your own.
there's a lot of science behind how good it is for our physical body, and as far as being efficient in regulating our external environment. Such things as stress reduction. Exposure to natural elements has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety. Studies indicate that natural settings or elements in built environments can lower cortisol levels and promote relaxation, which is an overall improved an overall improved mood and psychological well-being.
Yeah. And she meant it.
Didn't even get that out.
I'm just here for the ad lib this episode.
All the cutaways are just you.
And she meant it.
And she said it and she meant it.
I meant to show up like this.
Hey.
I think it is so gross and hilarious that every time each one of us gets going, we all sound like old men just wheezing. Just
The occasional snort from me in the mic. As close as I can get for some reason.
she's like nose in the microphone.
What? Ugh. Take the mic away, guys. It's getting crazy. Okay.
We thought if we gave her the RGB mic, she would know where it was, so she wouldn't keep bumping into it, but it's not worked.
And yet,
It's never gonna work. It'll never stop me.
She said, what lights?
yeah, what are you talking about?
This?
Is that what I'm talking into?
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Whoa. We might want to redo.
Oh, guys,
I
I'm
did not
crying.
sign up for this.
You didn't say there's gonna be mics here.
Yeah, like I just found out about the camera. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, the
Like, welcome to
delusion.
the party.
Oh my god, thank you.
We're so glad you're here.
Be here for a couple more hours.
Probably.
Probably.
Okay, so on topic, enhanced focus and concentration. Clearly, we could use some of that.
Just a little.
Natural elements and views can improve attention and concentration. The restorative environment theory suggests that natural settings help recovering cognitive resources. So this is super effective in Alzheimer's. And the place that they're trying to incorporate biophilic the hardest and hitting it most intimately is in retirement homes. because it is greatly, one, going through Alzheimer's, getting old, having your body fail underneath you, not remembering things, that's stressful. It's hard to be confused. It's hard to be in pain. It's hard to be angry and exhausted. And so when we incorporate these things, not only is it reducing their stress, but it is also impairing their cognitive abilities. So at least we can help them remember what they had for breakfast this morning if we put a fucking grow wall in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like, it is not that hard to do. And the results have been outstanding.
I mean, of course they have. Of course they have.
Yeah, because, like, it's amazing what happens when you return something back to its home environment, how well it does.
It's so great. And, like, I know we had no examples of that previously.
Nobody ever taught us that.
None.
No.
Except for, like, maybe animals who were being held in captivity who were then released into the wild and you see joy on their face for the first time. Aside from that...
No, they don't count, I don't think. Because animals don't feel joy.
We wouldn't know.
No, literally.
No, but I mean... I also agree the least we can be doing, right, for these people who have been fortunate enough to age, right?
Ding, 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 ding. Been fortunate enough to age. Yes.
Yeah. It's not a curse. I mean,
it's not.
It feels like it sometimes, but it's better than the alternative.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the least we can be doing is getting their, you know, I mean, like your instincts and your the things that like we base need
taken care of.
Yep. And you know, like I'm gonna get into it, but like we carry cells, right? So like we carry cells from our ancestors, and so those sounds, you know, like water falling or the trees like brushing, like that is innate to us to sound calming.
Yeah,
that is something that we have learned generationally for centuries, right?
That is home. That is peace.
That is peace.
Right.
When the space around you can afford to make noise, that's peace.
Right.
That means there's no predator.
Right.
There's no imminent danger. And I mean, I think that, you know, we think that we're so, like we've been talking about this whole episode, like we're so much further ahead in our like cognitive thinking than animals. No, we're not.
Like, yeah, but are we? Yeah.
But are we? I mean, not, if you're telling me that I can hear a little river and my brain's going to get calmed down, we're the same.
That should have been in the manual somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that. Wait, I lost
Wait,
it.
we gotta give her the brain.
Oh, okay. You have the brain now.
I need the shared stuff. What were you talking about?
I talked about our ancestors, like when you can hear.
Yes. Okay. To piggyback off of that, our current society is actually being assaulted with noise. The noise pollution in our everyday. Think about this for just a second. Go into your house. What things are on? Your AC. That is humming. That is running. Mine makes a weird fucking roaring noise in my guest bedroom. It says before it comes on.
And it does.
Just like that.
It was perfect. Can't do accents, but she can copy a freaking AC unit.
Perfect impression.
That's crazy. Please continue. I'm so interested.
We just have to find the language that she speaks.
Onomatopoeia.
You said linguistics.
You did.
And I didn't. I didn't say linguistics. Bitch.
She got there.
Show them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of things are on in your home? Your AC, which is humming. Your refrigerator, which is running. Go catch it. I couldn't not.
You would have been an excellent Leave It to Beaver character in the 1960s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. You would have been excellent.
I don't know what that means, but I'm taking it.
They would have ate that shit up.
You would have played like the Leave It to Beaver character of like the little nuisance.
Repeating it does not make me understand.
No, like the
you
calling.
just had to be there.
Yeah, you know.
I love Leave It to Beaver.
Do you really?
I grew up watching that.
I did too. He was like the town nuisance, right? And he would just do pranks and like dumb stuff. like call people and maybe ask if their refrigerator was running.
Maybe something like that.
Maybe something along those lines.
Okay, well, I didn't do anything crazy like that. We're just talking about things that are running in your house.
Like my TV all the time. I'm so bad about that. I have to have noise going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? When I go to sleep, I have rain on my TV. So it's a win-lose.
See, but even if your TV is not on, still having it plugged on, the electricity being used, that still makes a noise. Like, we don't think that we can hear it, but our body still picks up on the electromagnetic waves. Is that right? I think that's...
It would be whatever the volume is. So is it like...
Decibels?
Decibels, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I sound really ignorant.
Listen,
the electromagnetic... I bet that's light or some shit. And I just
we
sound
can
really
cut in the
fucking
right
stupid.
word. Don't worry. They'll never
Let me
know.
just say a bunch of science words.
We'll pick the right
Decibels,
one.
Yeah.
The joules, the
Hertz,
grams,
The jewel pods.
the vocal verbiage audio something or other.
There's a lot of words.
Audioage.
She's got the whole brain, y'all.
And it's working.
Working in overtime.
You said
Smoking.
smooth brain? Not me.
Smoking.
Couldn't be. There's crevices in here, brother.
Deep crevices.
All the way down. Anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just being constantly over bombarded with noise and noise pollution and the cars and the AC unit outside. And it's just like, we can't ever actually get true peace. Not just like something that's really quiet and it's just the birds and it's just the wind and it's just a little breeze and little squirrels.
Yeah. That sounds very peaceful.
It does. Okay, so what are some ways going forward that we're going to try to be better stewards of the earth?
I'm going to say one that I think it's not really a thing in particular, but kind of helps me, right? Is just remembering that I can only do what I can do. And I choose to do things that are, more eco-conscious or eco-sensitive and do them well, right? Like I can't completely go no plastic in my apartment, right? And pick up my dog's poop into some other sort of bag. There's things that I just cannot do. But the things that I can do, breaking down cardboard, taking them.
I didn't know where you were going with the poop thing, so I was
It just landed in there, okay? It just landed. Poop.
It found a way, but I was like,
It found a way.
You really had me on the edge of my seat. I was like, what are you picking
What
your
are
poop
we
up
doing
with?
with the poop?
Are you leaving it?
And instead, we're just leaving the poop. I don't know why we're doing
It's fine.
God.
It's part of nature.
Leave it for the red wigglers.
Leave
don't
it
really
for
want that.
Ricky's little worms.
You just bring the poop over.
Here's my poop from the week. Ricky.
No, guys, we have a plan.
No.
Here's our vlog. Everyone collect your poop for a whole week
No.
and bring it to Ricky's house.
She's like, wait, no.
She'll put it in her kitchen composter with her worms
And my moldy strawberries.
and your molded strawberries.
That's like a euphemism for something, but I really mean moldy strawberries.
It's genuinely moldy strawberries.
It's just like the real kind.
Like the real kind.
The worst kind. Anyways, just finding a couple of things that you can do consistently, that you can do well, and then do those. If that's recycling, if that's other things that help the planet.
I have no other examples.
I was going to say, my bare minimum that I've noticed that I do, okay, it's a family effort that we do. To be honest, it's not just me. Not me. Let me try that again. My family doesn't like the way the Brita water filter tastes, so we like to buy cases of water, and we go through at least one a week. And I'm like, that is so awful for the environment, and it drives me freaking crazy. And I'm really bad about this, and I will admit this on camera, is we pour our plastic water bottles into our regular water bottles like freaking idiots. Okay, it's been driving me crazy, and I'm like, I need to actually do it and not just say oh, I know it's bad. I'm gonna make them drink out of a water filter, whether you like it or not.
Oh goddamn, it's on camera now.
It's on camera, so I have to do it.
Vic's family, you're in for it.
Get ready.
Get ready, because here she comes.
Here she comes. She's coming back with a Brita.
With a freaking Brita.
There are other water filter companies.
Oh, I know.
I was about to say I have a link for you off camera.
See, I tried the other one.
Good.
The zero water. I tried that one and it's not good. Okay, yeah, definitely send me it then. Because the zero water tasted sour.
My water literally
so
tastes like eggs in my apartment, and my ice tastes like eggs. I have to buy ice.
We buy ice too,
which I'm fine with that. I don't care about buying
I
ice.
just use our filtered pitchers to make. I don't use our ice maker because it's connected to tap water, and I don't.
Yeah.
I ingest a lot of ice. I put a lot of ice in my baths.
Oh,
In your baths?
In my baths, sometimes, yeah. If my back has been really, like, inflamed, like I can feel that it's stiff and stuff, I'll sometimes do like a pseudo cold plunge.
Wow.
Or I just like pour a whole bag of ice
You're
in
so
there.
brave.
I never think about that.
It's awful. Okay, it's one of those things that, for me, my depression is alleviated sometimes by a little walk outside, right? Sometimes my back is alleviated by a little cold bath.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
I know.
It's things that I'm like, that should not make a difference. And I'm so grateful that it does.
Yeah.
But I don't
it's
want
annoying.
that to be true.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's very
Yeah,
annoying.
because I definitely understand the dichotomy of understanding that sunlight helps depression, and also when you're depressed, having someone go, "Oh, have you been outside?" No, the fuck you. I haven't been, and
No.
I'm not going outside because do you see I'm not. The sun doesn't deserve to see me like this. I'm not. No.
Yeah, it's the things that will make it better seem so far off in
They
those
seem
moments.
horrible, yeah.
And that's something we all have
How
to.
dare you ask me to be happy or to fix my situation in the current state that I am in?
When I could
absolutely
just
insane.
lay here in it.
The audacity.
Don't come to me. Your suggestions.
You think I'm gonna fix my own problems?
Never.
Have we met?
We
I hate doing that.
don't work.
It's the worst.
That's gross. Exerting energy. Heaven forbid. I think for myself that the first thing that I need to incorporate the most intimately is to just slow down and like take time, because I get myself so worked up into these ideas that I am somebody and that I have things that are important to do, and that my life is too busy to actually be living it. You know what I mean? And it's in these times that I become a human doing and not a human being. And my life focuses around the tasks that need to be done and not the person that needs to be doing them. And that's when the tasks don't get done. So I definitely think that slowing down and trying to become more present in my life and in my own mental space will encourage me to give a fuck about the human being who is doing all the human doing.
That was beautiful.
You guys, thank you.
I really liked that.
Thank you. I can't take credit for the human doing and human being thing. I think I heard that from somewhere.
That's okay. Just the whole, I really liked that.
Thank you.
It's very good.
I am being honest. I definitely need to slow down. I'm way too OCD. I get caught up in fine details that mean nothing.
That's fair. That was something that I was gonna like straying away from society's standards of how you were supposed to be living and just like listen to what your soul wants instead.
Yeah.
Like it's completely opposite of what you're like basically forced to do.
Yeah. And that's the thing that is hard, because we were all conditioned to act and behave and do certain things, right? But I think it's important to remember what those people's agendas are. What is the agenda behind society forcing you to always be productive, forcing you to always go into burnout and burn your candle from both ends? It's money. It's the bottom line. It's the bottom dollar. And if you realize that that bottom dollar doesn't mean fucking shit to you, and your status of success becomes how well you're healing and how well you're helping those around you heal, then it no longer matters what you're supposed to be doing, because you don't give a shit about the money.
But beware, you will never be able to go back.
Yeah.
Once you see it that way,
Yeah.
once you see what a farce so much of this is, You cannot put your head back in the sand.
No.
You can try and you can be successful at it for a while. But then I think, in my opinion, that's when the depression and the anxiety kind of starts spiraling, because you do know, you know, the way that you can be doing, the way that you can be being, right? So it's a dangerous kind of deal, because it's not the same on the other side.
Yeah. I agree, but it's the same token as to love is to loss. To have loved is to have lost. You can't not love for fear of losing that love, because then you will have never known love.
That was my 8th grade yearbook quote.
Wow.
And it was a stick it to my mom because I was not allowed to date. But I had been dating a guy and she had found out, so I got in a lot of trouble.
Uh-oh.
And so my 8th grade yearbook quote, I put, "It is better to have loved and have lost than to have never loved at all."
You think she realized what it was about?
Absolutely not, because I ended up telling her one day a few years ago, and she was like, "Oh, I thought you were being weird." I was like, "Oh,
I love how that's the go-to.
As per usual. Like, you're just being a freak." Like,
trying to be petty, and they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, they're like, "Okay, I didn't even notice."
Go off, queen.
Yeah. So
Damn.
I got him.
You got him. I just definitely have a lot to learn, and I think I can learn from you and you. And my little sister, she actually knows a lot on this topic, and she'd be a good person to talk to if you have any questions.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel honored that you are learning anything from me.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think I'm here?
Stop. I will cry right now. It
Do
is
it.
too early in the season for that. This bitch always, every time I tell her, she's always like, "Do it. Just cry. Just let it out."
We can do it
You know you
together.
want to.
We can all cry. That's how we end the podcast. We just start crying, and
Just
we're
weeping.
like, "Come back next week."
Bye. It was a great time.
Hey guys, whatever. Let's not be emotional. It's fine.
I expected you to learn from me. So,
As I fucking should.
I mean,
Yeah, bitch, where's your notepad?
yeah.
Literally.
I've
Sorry,
been
guys.
wanting you to, so you're not
I'm sorry.
writing it down.
She has the brain. What do you want from me? I can't do more than one thing at once.
You know what, though? Speaking of, a part of the way that I wanted to get back in touch, obviously, with nature is to continue my education. Because you never know how you're fucking things up until you learn. And only when you learn can you do better. So, that's funny that you guys said that, because it was a great little segue for me.
Oh my god. I love that laugh. That was a new one.
New laugh unlocked.
It's like
Over on the Patreon, Ricky's got a new laugh that you're really going to want to check out. Very cute.
Very cute.
very
Very
demure.
demure. People are going to be like, "I wonder when this video was recorded."
What?
No idea.
We just cut out every time we say that. And we have nothing left.
It was very cool.
Amazing.
Just a
Yo.
voiceover. Sick.
At the end of it all, my sisterly advice would be to start paying attention to your nature neighbors. Check in on them a couple times, sometimes. You never know what you might learn from them. After all, nature is the best reminder to be a human being and not a human doing. So chew that over and then come back next week so we can talk about what to do next.
As for today, we love that you came to chit chat with us. Period.
She nailed it.
And she meant it.
And I meant it. Feel free to take what you need and leave what you don't. And join us in the next chat when you feel like it. Or take a break from all the talk and watch us get some actual work done on our DIY channel only on YouTube.
Don't forget to check out our social media for more how-to guides and bonus footage from previous episodes. And while you're there, tell us what's going on in your world. What can we do to help?
After all, that's what a sister's for. Bye, guys.
I'm Conscious Cat.
Not conscious of our lines.
Okay. Put on some headphones.
Damn it.
You're creep.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting the commentary for the peanut gallery.
I got the giggles. Oh, okay.
By the way, that's a good color on you.
You.
Yeah.
I do like myself in brown.
It's
A little
nice.
brown moment.
It's not appreciated.
Thank you.
I've been saying that.
Love brown.
Look like a little chocolate candy. Just want to unwrap. I mean, whoa. I mean, not. But
Okay.
like,
My
OnlyFans
favorite part of the
content.
Reese's is taking their little panties off. Have you guys seen that? There's a tweet. I don't know who it is. He says, the best part of Reese's is taking their little panties off.
that sounded so
Such a vibe.
so
Okay, conscious cat.
very mindful, very demure.
Mindful, very demure.
Okay, ladies, here's my question for the day. Do you think humanity is doing
Bisexuality.
We're all doing it.
The world is doing bi.
We're all bi.
Everyone's bi.
bi here.
We're all a little gay. Not a lot, just a little.
It's a little gay.
Just a little gay. Just a little gay. Okay, for real this time.
Yep, we got it. It gets in the way. So. Like in this case. Activating.
You were activating.
All right, I'm gonna shut up and you keep doing your thing, girl. You do your thing, girl.
I love the support. Active support. God, there are tissues right there. if
Oh
you
my
need
god.
them. They're just crying over there.
I'm so happy.
I'm just so happy right now.
Hey.
It's like you.
You?
I'm gonna
Now
go ahead and
you.
pass the torch.
Here's the mic.
Thank you.
You're supposed to fist bump her.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, from the mic.
Sorry, it's another
Full
flashback.
circle. Full circle.
As for today, we love that you came to chit chat with us.
We love that you came.
We love that you came.
And that you came today.
Pretty awesome that you came today.
Really chill of you.
Good job,
really
sport.
chill.
Nice. Go team. Anyways, guys. And join us in the next chat. Oh my god, let me try that again. No, threw me off, dude.
Join us in the next chat.
So glad you came. Join us in the next.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make this work, girl. Sorry, I can't see now. Oh my god. Okay.
And bonus footage.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Line.
I'm like trying to find where you are too. Like,
I'm like, is it my turn? Wait.
still cat.
And bonus footage. Why is footage? Okay. And bonus footage. And bonus footage of previous episodes.
Oh,
And while you're there, tell us what's going on in your world. What can we do to help?
what can we do?
What can we do? From the top.
Okay, we'll stop.
From the top.
One more run around, y'all.
One more lap around.
Okay.
Don't forget to check out our social media for more behind the scenes. No. Don't forget to check out our social media for more how-to guides and behind.
I'm gonna leave. I gotta leave. I'm so sorry. You do this. I gotta go pee.
Don't forget to check. Don't forget to check out. Nailed it. And while you're there,